Hey, welcome to this Twilight Struggle gameplay video. If you lived through the Cold War, or if you just find it a fascinating subject, then don't miss a minute of what's coming up. Well, hey, welcome. I think it's time to play another Twilight Struggle just because I like pain. I don't know how else to describe this. Every time I approach this game, all I can think of is this is so much fun. It hurts so good. So I'm going to go ahead and get it going. And while I do that, please consider subscribing if you like what you're seeing. Hit that bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload a video. And share with your friends. You know people who like this sort of thing. Let them know what I'm doing here. And most importantly, though, the thing I like the most, the thing I enjoy the most about doing this is leave me a comment. Let's talk about this. Let's discuss what we think about these games. So there you go. Well, we're gonna take just a moment to get this going, and then off we go. Well, okay, here we are, all set up and ready to go. I've got to play 7 influence, but before I do that, I want to glance at what is happening in this opening hand, and there's some things here I like very much, and some other things might not be so hot. One, I really like this card. Play in the headline phase of cancel USSR headline event. That's awesome. That's just cool. I mean, that's clearly going to be. I say that. I'll look at the rest of these a little more carefully, but if that's just a killer opening play, it just shuts down one event for the Soviets outright. The next thing is we have Europe scoring. So we're going to want to play. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We're going to want to get into Europe, get some points on the board as quickly as possible. That's very cool. It's a lot of influence, and it played it as an event. It's an instant control of Japan. Although, quite honestly, it's 4 for 3. It only takes 3 to take control of Japan, but it also says that the USSR can no longer make coup realignment rolls, which is for Japan, and that's kind of cool. UN intervention's fun because it means that I can play a card like Warsaw Pact formed or Suez Crisis, let's say, that's a opponent event, and it cancels that event. So that turns one of these 3s into just a 3 influence, which is sweet. So Warsaw Pact form is. I kind of like to see that go off because it allows NATO go off, and right now I've got no influence in Eastern Europe at all, right? So remove all influence for 4 countries and add 5. So that just locks up the background sounds, please. I can barely hear myself think. That locks up Eastern Europe for the Soviet Union, but I lose nothing. So that's not so bad. Suez Crisis, on the other hand, that kind of sucks. It removes a total of 4 influence from France, United Kingdom, and Israel. Clearly, we want to get Europe scoring in the into the game before that happens. Blockade. That's very bad. That's just very bad. That looks, unless you toss a 3 value operations card, you remove all influence in West Germany. Ouch. I'm glad I'm holding that, not him. Leaving us with Vietnam revolts, which is not good for Asia scoring, or actually Southeast Asia scoring, which I think happens once. And of course, we don't know what the Soviet player is holding right now. But I think that we play defectors as a headline card. we'll use Warsaw Pact formed as influence to lock some things up. Then hopefully we can score Europe quickly and pick up a nice bundle of points. We end up space racing blockade. May just have to live with Suez Crisis or Vietnam revolts, probably Vietnam revolts, and we'll UN an intervention, Suez Crisis. And we'll use this one for influence or to help stop him in Asia if we need to. So that's the general plan of the turn, and I think we need to get started. So we got to place 7 influence to begin with. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to lock up West Germany. We're going to lock up Italy, and we're going to throw one. I can either throw one in Turkey or one in France, and I'm inclined to go with France right now to make tying it down with maybe Warsaw Pact formed easier. Of course, he could flip Italy on me with a coup in a heartbeat. So it's I've seen that happen. I mean, it's just this game is miserable. It's just miserable. I just really hate it. But I'm going to go ahead and pop it in France to set us up, and hopefully that will make things happier. So let's go ahead and headline defectors and waiting for the opponent to decide. All right, he's going to play early war, and oops, that got canceled. Now, what just got canceled? Let's take a look. That should be in a discard. He played Korean War. So Asia might be a big deal to him. Okay, let's go ahead and continue and see what he's going to do. And we just wait. This isn't the fastest thing in the world, but you know what? The AI is pretty good, and I don't mind waiting a few seconds to see what he does. Oh, the China card. Boom. Wow. Wow. That's awkward. He locked up the Philippines, which gives him an in to Japan. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, now I have a really interesting decision. Do I play U.S.-Japan Mutual Defense Pact to block him there, which will give him another round to try to square things away in Europe, try to mess me up in Europe. Let's see. And yep, okay. Lordy. Yeah, that was a big deal. That got all his mill ops. That got yeah, that was tough. And now I have fears for Japan. But you know what? This is a cool card. U.S. gains sufficient influence in Japan for control. So even if he were to grab Japan, I could play that later. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play Warsaw Pact formed. Isn't that what I need? That'll give me 3 influence, 2 to go in France, and maybe 1 to toss in Turkey. And then we'll see if we can pull off a Europe scoring with a big advantage in Europe. So let's go ahead, play that. Let's back up. Let's Warsaw Pact form. Let's resolve that event first. He'll do his thing in Eastern Europe. I don't think it matters, but let's let him commit his influence in Eastern Europe before I drop a bunch of influence on France. Right. So now Warsaw Pact's been formed and NATO can happen. I played this before and he's pulled NATO and was able to use that high operations with impunity because Warsaw Pact had not been played. Now, if he gets NATO before me, it's a nasty card for him. So select use for card. Let's drop 2 here and either 1 in Turkey or 1. I could seize Iran, which will set me up for a coup there. You got to watch that. It's just so much fun to spend influence on places just to have the other guy turn around and coup the hell out of you. Oh, Turkey is not. Turkey's nice because it gives me a way in through Syria into the Middle East, but Iran or Jordan. Of course, one's not going to grab Jordan. One will grab Iran. Let's go ahead and pop it in there. We just got to take our chances, and let's commit. Now we're going to have to find a place to play a coup. We'll probably use UN intervention, Suez crisis for a coup somewhere to get our mill ops, or at least most of them. Maybe U.S.-Japan mutual defense, depending on how things go. Ooh, 5-year plan. Okay, what just happened? He discards a card. USSR must randomly discard 1 card. If the U.S. card is U.S. associated, it occurs immediately. So duck and cover occurs immediately. So it degrades DEFCON level, and I learn victory points equal to 5 minus the DEFCON level. So I should get a victory point, right? Yes. Okay. Now it looks like he's going to play that for influence or a coup. He might coup Iran. He might coup Italy. Please coup Iran. Oh, he's playing influence. Let's see where he goes. Oh, he busted me in the head in Europe. Oh, you knucklehead. Okay, yeah, that was cool. That was kind of a pretty nice. I was kind of hoping he'd get distracted somewhere else and leave me alone in Europe, but apparently not. So we're still heading for Europe scoring somewhere. I need to get his attention. I need to get his attention somewhere. So we could either U.S. We could UN intervention. How many rounds do we have left? Wrong. I'm gonna close that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. That's 1. These 2 cards are 1. Right. So we'll probably end up playing Vietnam Revolts. This and we'll space race blockade. Can I space race blockade? Oh no, I cannot. Oh, that's terrible. That's right, it has to be at least a 2. Ah! Ah! Yeah, that just complicated things a wee bit. My plan just went in the toilet. Well, it has to change. It's not the end of the world. You know, DEFCON's only 4. It can't be the end of the world. But I can UN intervention. I can UN intervention. Oh, blockade is awful. Okay, there's another way to play this. Would be to play blockade, toss Suez crisis. Right, I could play blockade, toss Suez Crisis. Okay, doesn't matter, right? 3 or more. And then I could play an influence into West Germany. Suez Crisis will be off the board. Vietnam revolts can be space raced, and that'll leave me with U.S. Right. Okay. So we go ahead and play that for influence. And, right, I can do that. That's it. It's good. Okay, that ought to work. So let's go ahead, drop an influence there. It's an opponent event. I have to discard Suez Crisis and call it good. And I still got to get a coup in here somewhere. This is getting to be challenging. Now, if he'll leave me alone in Europe, we'll make a move. Opponent event. Going for influence. Oh, nice. So he played into Iraq. So now, how many rounds do we have left? 4. I play Europe scoring while we're ahead. Should pick up a total of 5 points, which is just awesome. I'll still have this for a coup, and I'll have this for influence. That'll not take care of all my mill ops, but I should net 4. So let's go ahead and play Europe scoring. Let's pick up those 5. Yeah, that's strong. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And let's see what he has to say. Plays Fidel for influence. He's working Asia. And I need 4 mil ops. Okay. So, to get 4 mil ops, he's working me hard in Asia. Oh, lordy. That leaves this to be played as a coup, which right now, no coups in Europe. Right, so I can play anywhere. I can play a coup anywhere I want with... Boy, but taking the Philippines back is going to be purely grim. Let's take a look. Coup attack here. That'll get my operations, but it has just about exactly 0 chance. I mean, it might break his control, but it's not wonderful. Here, we can grab Indonesia. It gets our 4 ops, and it's for sure ours, which is nice, and gives me, well, I've still got a way in. I can still play, right? Let's check this. I play this for influence. Yes, I can place influence there. So let's undo that. It needs to be a coup. It needs to be a coup, and we need to find a place where... Ooh, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, he's working me in Asia, but I can work him. That's just terrible. That's just terrible. 50-50 chance. No, 1 in 6 chance of reducing his influence. 50% chance of gaining influence, which includes a 1 in 6 chance of actually seizing control. Coup in Iraq. I may have already looked at that. Can't do a coup in Yugoslavia. Try a coup in North Korea. That'd be exciting. That actually has a fair chance of breaking his control. But okay, I'm needing to spend. I need to get the mill ops. That's what's really driving this. I really need to get the mill ops, and so what I'm trying to do is find the most effective way of doing that. It'll, and Southeast Asia, the only place I see where it's like, yeah, look at that, man. We just power the hell out, and it'll get me freaking Indonesia. Yahoo! That's just not exciting. Um, that's just not exciting. But it's a for sure good result. Right now, I've got presence in one non-battleground, and he is dominating. So he's got a 5 differential here, and that's just tough. So I think we just about have to go here and see if we can bust up Asia a bit. And I got my mill ops out of the way. Yeah, we reduced 4 points his advantage in Asia, which is awesome. And he's deciding. Uh-oh, this is sweet. What did he just do? He played this. Oh, he reveals his hand, and then I get one op. So he has Olympic Games. Ah, Nasser. Yeah, he's going to make a move in the Middle East. He's going to event. Okay, let's see what happens. I get to use this as one. I can place influence. I can even do a coup attempt, which I won't do. The only the other thing about this coup, it didn't raise the DEFCON level, which I like to do. Just as a matter of course, I kind of like punching. Okay, I've got no way in here without a coup. Can't get into Saudi Arabia. I could drop some influence in Jordan just to give me a way to play in here. Or I could play back into Asia, which is I still think he's going to play into Asia here. I can't get okay, yes I can. Place influence. Can't get there, but I can get into Pakistan. Let's do that. I'm not sure that was a great idea, but there it is. He's going to do something with a 1. All right, this is his last round after this one. A coup with a 1? Outstanding. And it raised the DEFCON level, which typically makes me very happy. All right, now we play UN intervention, so we can play Vietnam revolts, and the Middle East is balanced. We're strong in Europe. Asia is kind of dicey. I mean, it's currently a small advantage to him. Yep, Asia is dead even. So we play UN intervention. Play it as an event. And we play Vietnam revolts for 2, and we can. Is he out of? He has one more round. I hope he's got Asia. Okay, I'm going to make a bet that he has Asia scoring based on the way he's been playing. So, okay. We'll place influence. We'll seize control of Pakistan, which will look good in Asia, and we will got another influence. which I could drop in the Middle East, say Jordan, to give me a route into Saudi Arabia. So we'll drop one into Jordan, call it good, and let's see if he's got a scoring card. No, what am I talking about? I saw his ham. What was I thinking? Play your action round. I have to pass. Maybe he has Middle East. No, he doesn't. I know he doesn't. Okay, and I don't know what was wrong with me. Uh, I saw his hand, and I still had my head firmly where the sun doesn't shine, thinking he was going to play into Asia. But I don't feel bad about the play anyway. Uh, we're looking good on mill ops. We're so there's no changes there. The DEFCON's at 3. It'll start at 4 in the next round, and we took what I think, my limited experience of the game, is a pretty commanding lead for the early game. And so, despite my inability to think clearly or to 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 actually see what's going on and articulate it, maybe I need more coffee. There we are. Well, look, I think that's good enough. We're 25 minutes in. Let's put a cut in this, and I'll see you again next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you click on that picture of very young Waz, you'll be subscribed so you'll never miss another video. Then click on that bell notification button, and please share and comment. See you again soon.